Hello everyone. So, as I just said, I did a video about Days of Hana and why these themes are so powerful and important. But it's really hard. Basically, that video was a recap. How I really feel about the video, about the webtoon, is going to come now because I have to talk about my favorite character, which is Jeff. Jeff is so powerful in the webtoon of Days of Hana that honestly it wouldn't exist without him. I will dare say that. Let's start off by saying this. Yes, Jeff dies. He is no more. And again, as I predicted, Hook was going to be the one to kill him. But even his death is so powerful in this webtoon that you can't unnotice it. There were many people that just knew Jeff's character, including the dog owner and his father, who are both scum, by the way, even acknowledged that Jeff was even more scum than they were. And his death, they looked down on him like trash, and his death really just meant nothing. But again, I'm rushing ahead of myself. So today we're going to talk about and really try to pick down about Jeff and why he's such a very important character of the Days of Hana. Who is Jeff, by the way? For all you people, if you don't know Jeff, you're sleeping under a rock. Jeff is the most hated character in this webtoon and possibly in the webtoon or webcomic world. Jeff basically gives no crap about life. He takes advantage. He beats the crap out of his werewolf. He doesn't even care about other people's lives, let alone werewolves. He mistreats women. He's a misogynist. It's all about him, and nothing else. And when someone challenges his authority, he wants to just get rid of it by having his werewolf kill him or do whatever. He truly is the scum of the earth, and he's a very disgusting and despicable character who only looks out for himself and enjoys inflicting pain upon other people, humans and werewolves alike. He only looks after himself, and he only cares about how it makes him feel. And when something challenges that, he kind of wants to take it away. Why is this small detail important? Because this is how the war between werewolves and humans start in Days of Hana. Because Jeff felt some type of way in basic terms, he decides to toy with other people and have Chaco killed. He sets it up so where Chaco will fight Jeff, knowing that knowing that Hook would easily demolish Chaco and has him killed. This angers Hook, and he doesn't understand why would he do such a thing, because there was really no reason to really do that to Chaco, but he thought it was funny, which is why he dies very horribly for his own father to say he couldn't even die properly. To even where the dog owner, who again, these are trash. The funny thing about this is that most of the characters that are on the other side, most of the characters are actually pretty trashy in this webtoon. But even they acknowledge that Jeff, how horrible and how disgusting this character Jeff really was, which says a lot about his character, which says a lot about how like really powerful the author was able to establish his character to where you can just feel how disgusting and how potent like this guy really is. But what does this all do for Days of Hana? His character creates a cause and effect chain that we will see currently. Jeff has Chaco killed. This ignites Hook to rally against the humans, to murder all the humans, to then murder the caretaker, who is the original creator of all of this. That is why that's the starter reason of why Jeff is one of my favorite characters. He basically pushed Days of Hana in ways that I really feel like in very like secretive ways, which says a lot about the author, that you can place a character and he has such a big impact, but he does it so quietly that you don't even notice it until you break it down. And that's basically what Jeff did. Jeff has always been pushing this narrative of Days of Hana. He's always been pushing themes of racism and is love really okay between a werewolf and a human. He's pushed all of these things and he's really challenged it to the point where I would dare to say there will be no story without Jeff, but that's kind of the direction of the Webtoon where it's at for me, because without Jeff, a lot of these events wouldn't happen. For example, when Jeff orders Haru to be killed because Hana didn't want him because he's a trash person, he orders Hook to kill Haru. This challenges Hook's ideology. Is murdering another werewolf who generally loves another person is really okay. The reason why Jeff is also important is because he denied Hook something that he has always wanted in his life. And it's not really just love, it's also a family. It's also people that care about him. It's also the freedom to do whatever he wants, which he always saw with Hana and with Hana's family. But he did not see it for himself. And that created a lot of turmoil within himself, and that created a lot of the friction between these two brothers. And that's another I could. It was hinted. Don't worry. It was hinted that they were brothers because I believe they had the same sign. But the fact that they were brothers actually was very, very shocking and quite flipping amazing. But that's another thing too. When you talk about these disgusting humans, now other than Jeff and his father and the caretaker, I don't feel that there are really many disgusting humans. In that terms, I'll say misguided or contradictory, because like there's another character we need to talk about, and it's Hana's father. And her father is an activist for werewolves to make sure that they get the same freedom. However, he is against the fact that a werewolf and a human can fall in love, even though he did his own werewolf counterpart. He still was horrifically against it, which says a lot about his character, because what are the limits you have that werewolves can be free? Is it just with love, or is it something else? Why is it such a big deal that a werewolf and a human fall in love with one another? Well, in terms of the father, because the father is such an activist towards werewolves, it really threw me for a loop when he was against Haru and Hana falling in love, and he denies the fact that he, messed around with his werewolf Miho. All in all, what Jeff did is that he really challenges these themes, not only in our head, but also in, the heads of all of these different characters. Now, he does die. And I have to respect the way he died, because he was a scummy person, and he was scum until the very end, even to the point of betraying the trust of his werewolf to try to kill him, which triggers in Hook brutally murdering Jeff. But we all saw it coming, and based on what he did, it kind of was deserving nevertheless, because it was really, the stuff he did was absolutely deplorable. But a few more things I want to talk about with this character called Jeff. And it's really the fact that no matter how much you want to disagree, he's basically the main factor towards why the Webtoon, basically towards the direction that the Webtoon has gone. He not only challenges the themes within us, but the themes within other characters, within the themes of, you kind of breaking this fourth wall, and that's exactly what Jeff did. In conclusion, Jeff is just the puppet master in this huge, big game of life. And honestly, you can't say it about Jeff, because this stuff, and I will always say this because it's so true, this stuff with racism, with who you want to date, all this happens in real life. Not as drastic as in Days of Hana, agreeable, but it happens quite a lot to where it's pretty noticeable. And if it wasn't for Jeff, it's like you wouldn't see with your own eye. You would have to see with your own eyes how powerful, how deadly, how toxic this character was for the entire webtoon, which is why a lot of them wanted to go away. A lot of people wanted them to go away. So that's breaking down Jeff's character about why he is the best character in Days of Hana. I won't spoil about where Days of Hana is going on the fast pass. That's something that you have to look up for yourself. But I do feel like that the webtoon is reaching its climax and its conclusion. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Also leave a subscribe and a like to the content creators because they're working very hard to produce all this amazing content to us. With that being said, I hope these videos were helpful. Have a good day.